Right, we're back for another income report, and I think people are going to be like, why are you not elated? And it's because since this month finished, and now in between the time I've taken to do this, we've been hit by a Google update, so it's definitely going to be a lot lower than this. So, I'm so grateful and over the moon that we did this, but I'm a bit like one of those, there's that Michelin star chef, and he had like 3 stars, and he told the people, if they ever take my 3rd star away, I'm killing myself. That's going to get me demonetized. I don't run ads anyway. Don't care. And eventually they did. They put him down to 2 stars, and he self-perished. And so I feel like I'm not going to do anything like that. But it's I'm very much like I get adjust instantly to the new levels, and so when it loses that, and when we hit by an update, I feel like it's a loss. Even if you zoom out a month or 10 months or a year, we're still well up. It feels like it's been taken from me, and I'm a bit gutted. So we'll see what the numbers end up being in December, and most tellingly January. But we'll revel in the good times in November and go through this now. So there's been no income in October, but we're back now. And just at the beginning of 2022, to reflect a little bit, I made a list of goals. At the time I was doing a coding boot camp, and so it was like finish this and get more into the dev side, and there was projects that I had going on the side, but I dropped out of that because I just got too busy and things started ramping up with the size to an extent that it just felt like a bad decision with my time to pass up on what could be such a valuable opportunity. We don't know how long niche sites are going to be around, and so it was like, I'll keep focusing on what's actually driving money. I can learn to code anytime. I'm okay as it is. I can do CSS, but it's not like I'm going to build you a React app from nowhere. At the time, at the beginning of the year, we were doing like 18 to 20k a month, and so we needed to grow a lot. I wanted to do 40k, and so to do 79k is pretty mental, to be honest. It's obviously skewed because of Black Friday, but in fact, the ad rates were pretty stable. They didn't really go up, even on Black Friday themselves. I think September's ad rates were higher than November's for us on Ezoic. That being said, the Christmas rush meant that we had more traffic, so we were earning a lot more from ads, but it was because we had driven more traffic rather than the ad companies driving more RPMs. So we'll get to that, but some people will say, and some people in this community like to put their own personal brands in there and put like, look, I make 30 grand a month, when it's like 2k from websites, and all of it is actually from shilling their own products to their fans under the guise that they're internet marketing gurus, when actually their fans are the product. So full disclosure, we made 1,500 from my personal brand. That isn't included in this, but if you want to put it all together, it was 80.7. I failed a bunch of these things though, and I want to be honest, I focused on the money to the detriment of everything else, the detriment of social life, to doing a lot of other stuff, and I had a bunch of other professional goals, and they were all foregone in order to just focus on new sites. So I wanted to do more on the dev side. I was hoping to, be able to move out and do stuff. I haven't done that. I just reinvested everything in the business, and I've got no cash. And also, it's a bit of a recession right now, so I'm not sure that's the right play if the price is going to come down. I wanted to get better at Rocket League. It's I like to chill out and play Rocket League sometimes. I failed that. I actually got worse. Or everyone just got better, but it is what it is. I wanted to reach 5,000 subscribers, which is kind of a professional thing rather than a personal thing, yeah. I think we got like 700 subscribe. I wanted to be published. This was more like if it happens, it happens. If anyone takes notice of what I'm doing, no one has. But I've been in the Niche Pursuits, on the Niche Website Builders podcast. I've been on the Doug Cunnington show. So I'm really happy with how my the people knowledge of what I'm doing has been. So I'm super happy with that. And make good headway into publishing my first book. I have a sort of life's tenets, the controversial things that work for you and you should focus on that no one else is talking about, and the sort of theories and philosophies I have, but it's not been fleshed out and I haven't had time, so I'm not going to burden you with the shit that I haven't got good yet with. This is a nice fancy graph to see how it changed, and yeah, we weren't doing too much back in 2021. We went up in obviously Black Friday 2021 being last year. Then naturally you go through February's the shortest month and it's pretty low, and then we were going up in traffic, we were doing work and stuff, and so this was encouraged as well when people just start spending more and it's not here. And then obviously November gets crazy. December will probably be around here, I would say around 60. So we did way less in sponsorships. We did 4k last month, we did $750 this month, so that's a 3k decline. We did a lot more in ads because we were driving a lot more traffic. The ads rates themselves weren't really up, and they will fall because the ad rates will fall and our traffic is falling as we've been hit by updates and people aren't searching stuff in Christmas. But we did a lot across our affiliate programs. It says Amazon and others. The others were the lion's share. Amazon, I think we did 15 grand or 16 grand or something, and the others did all the rest. And so that's what made the difference here. And also we have now just digital product income that we didn't have before, which is kind of cool. I hope for 60k. At the time, it felt unrealistic. But everything hit perfectly. You know, at the time when we did that, we didn't know that Amazon rates were going to double temporarily, so we were moving off other platforms and going back to Amazon because the earning per click became better. The new affiliate programs we joined performed better than expected. Ad rates were higher. Not really. It was more the traffic pushed ad revenues higher across the board. I should have rewritten that. And we also purchased a site that made money that we hadn't accounted for. But that was only 1 grand, of which 900 is this digital product revenue, which I'm going to get into now. Well, later on. So what happened in Q4? There's no point really publishing loads of new content if there's lots of spare capacity with republishing, because the ad rates are higher, the conversions are higher. So if you've got like commercial affiliate pieces, focusing on just making them better in Q4 rather than publishing a load of new stuff. So that's what we did. We didn't really publish too much. We wanted to just get the most short-term benefit from what we had. So most of it was falsifying existing content, both for CRO, converting better, as well as just ranking higher and getting more traffic quickly. So we'll see when I come to the... Wait, did I write it here? Yeah, we published 39 articles, but we republished 52. And so it was all about republishing. We also bought a site. It was just a massive bargain. We paid 12.5 grand for it, and it made $1,500 in October and $1,000 in November. There was a big technical issue here, so it would have been higher. Like, the site was down and half the digital products were not online. So that was a nice expensive mistake. Just losing like $300 for no reason. This was a massive bargain. I don't have any time and I don't want to take any more projects on, but this was a really interesting thing also because it's a digital products thing and I've never done that before, so it's a nice extra meta to acquire the knowledge in. And even though I'm not going to spend my time in, I'm more just managing it. So I don't have any time, but I'm supervising on the strategy with a site operator who works with me, who's going to run the site, and based on how much revenue it makes, he can earn up to 50% equity in the site, which I think is fair because it motivates him to want to work hard on it and make it more money, and then that makes me rich as well. I think that it's actually a really good site. Like, it's only got 19 blog posts, but it earns this much from the digital products, which are basically a funnel. So you go onto an organically ranking post, you get a lead magnet, and you also get redirected to any relevant digital products that answer or give you more than the original query. So that's really cool. It's more funnel based than just display ads and hoping for the best. 90% of the site's revenue comes from the digital products. There's a bit from affiliates, but not much. It's also a low risk of trying out new strategies. It will help me improve my email marketing skills and product and e-commerce SEO. And it's just an interesting new style of brand building, because when you come to rely on display ads, it's kind of like, whatever. Like, it's just, there's no incentive. It's like it's working for, it's like, I equate display ads to being in employment. Like, you go, you do it, and you're going to get paid $30 RPM. You don't have to think too actively to make it work. But I would say that when you go to affiliates to an extent, but mostly funnel-based stuff, but it's more complex, it's like, if we're going to say that ads is like employment, that sort of stuff is like being an entrepreneur. Because it's much more risky, you don't have a guaranteed set value, and you've really got to think more deeply about engineering outcomes to be able to get paid. So it's more entrepreneurial than display ads. It's more difficult and more complex, and the game is more interesting, so I want to try it out. From these 19 blog posts, that's a lot for 19 blog posts, right? 400. It's gone up to like 1,000 daily users since I wrote this, by the way. It's doing loads of traffic. They're really good posts. They're like really, really high quality things. Each blog post is incredible, and they rank for some really high traffic competitive keywords, even though it's a 1 DR, literally one DR. That said, I'm basically going to spend no time on it, so it's not like you're going to hear me being in the trenches, but I will keep you updated because it's just really interesting. I'm working with a site operator to make this one an interesting project, and so hopefully it can make 10 grand a month by the end of 2023. The last major update is that we spent a bunch of money on a bunch of products. So I have got, and I haven't really told anyone, I've said it on podcasts, but I haven't published a blog post or a thread, which I will do. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe to my mailing list to be notified when I do this. I have something called the surface area theory of affiliate marketing product reviews. It's basically how you spend the least money and get the most real product reviews, so you never get hit by an update, and also convert really well because you have really tested the products. And I'll show you how to do that with the least amount of money. But basically we used it here, but not quite as effectively because we've got money now, so we can spend it on more, even if it's not about like just trying to get 5% of the stuff. So to try and just have loads of review content and make sure that we're insured against any product review updates and rank for the reviews and try and make more money, we spent, it was about $2,000 actually, I think, on 40 products in the niche. Some were much more expensive than the average. If you did the average here, it's $40, some were a lot more. So some were just like $4. It took around 4 hours to just take all the shots. I had a shot list of like 5 or 6 photos, and it was just like, zoom, hold the product, on the table, whatever. So, I had a short list of like those to do that, and then when we were doing the research for which products we wanted to test, basically the 3 points we went over were: does the actual review keyword for that product have traffic? Does it have a lot? Does our internal existing sales data confirm that this product converts well? And is it featured in a lot of our best buyers guides and versus content, so that we can recycle these product photos across all the others for better rankings, because we show that we've really tested this stuff, as well as like better internal linking. You can read our review here from the main best page to what's it called? Just sort of like recycle the photos across, basically. I recently took Jared Bauman from the Niche Pursuits podcast photography course. That isn't an affiliate link, but you can you can go check it out. It's not expensive and it's a good course on taking product photos for niche sites. So that was a useful thing that helped me sort of better take photos without spending loads and loads of time on it. And so hopefully we can publish all of these, because it's going to take like a day to write each review despite all of the stuff that we've got. We've got a template, but it's still going to take a while. And so we want to make 5k a month on this site by the end of March. This site earned 2.6k in November, and it'll probably do more than that in December because it's one of the rare sites that's gone up in traffic so far. Our other sites have been hit by updates. So here's what we're doing in December. I go on a bit of a tangent on a ChatGPT. If you're worried about ChatGPT, which I am, by the way, it's not me being like, it's not copium here. I do understand how dangerous this is for us. Read the actual blog post. I'll link it in the description. I'm not going to go through this. But these are the things that I think you should focus on to be more AI proof. So, yeah, ChatGPT is worrying. So what we're doing is we're focusing on shoring up our content, really. Like, we're just going to double down on just having excellent content, which is frustrating because we've done that and we've been hit by this update, which seems to be an amplification of the helpful content update, which is ironic because all we do is try and make helpful content to the extent of like sacrificing SEO benefits for it. We're just going to double down trying to show as much real life experiences, hence, the product reviews that we've been doing here. Try and show more expertise. I don't want to get into detail how we want to do that. I don't fully know. Personality, that's how we're going to adapt. Video, scaling up content, becoming more organized. And the last thing, I can't talk about it yet, but I've just signed what is, to me, the biggest deal of my life in my 26 years of life. I'm excited to announce it, and I will publish a full blog post and a thread about it soon, but I can't tell you yet because it hasn't really been fully signed yet. So I will tell you soon. And I hope you're happy for me. If you're not, then fine. Like I won't lose sleep. But I hope that everyone's happy for this big life change that I've accepted to work on. And I hope you found this income report interesting. Obviously, we made a lot of money this month, and I'm ecstatic. And this is more money than I've ever seen in my life. But unfortunately, it's going to be short-lived because 1, November is an anomalous month, and 2, we've been hit by an update in December. So I'm pretty gutted that we've been hit like 45% on one site, 20% on another. I'm absolutely gutted, to be honest. I'm really upset. It's put me into fight or flight mode, so I can't really like react as calmly and have the bigger picture vision that you need to have like, a 6-month plan and be able to just crush it from there. So I'm thinking more short term, which is another hit to long-term productivity. But I will have to try and get to the bottom of it. Thank you to everyone who said kind words on Twitter and was nice about it. And hopefully we'll be back stronger than ever in 2023. Let me know in the comments what your plans for 2023 are with your niche sites, what your goals are, any specific goals you have in mind. And we'll see you in 2023. Thanks, everyone.